This video is brought to you by Diamond Pacific Tool Corporation. Diamond Pacific is America's favorite diamond tool, wheel, and lapidary machine manufacturers. For nearly half a century, Diamond Pacific has set the industry standard for diamond lapidary equipment. Join the majority of professional lapidaries and choose Diamond Pacific products such as their Nova wheels, Pixie, Genie, and Titan gem makers, as well as their wide selection of other high-quality lapidary diamond products. Check out Diamond Pacific today and find out why they're considered America's premier diamond lapidary tool manufacturers. Red Mountain Turquoise, high-grade turquoise suppliers, and they are not lying. This material is stunning. I heard you talking to this gentleman about it. It is just fantastic. I only saw this piece so far.
I don't have any water to wet it in.
Oh, you almost don't even need it, sir.
No.
This is stunning. Could you tell us what the Copper Mountain you said it was?
No, we call it Copper King. It comes out as an extension of the Bisbee vein going down towards Naco. And they found a little bit of really high-grade stone, and I was able to buy it. That's all I've seen of it. I got 17 pounds of it. That's all I know.
They'll have to come see you in jogs if they want to buy you out of it, huh?
Yeah.
And it's actually really affordably priced for its color. You said only about $5 a gram.
$5 a gram, yeah. You can pick out whatever you want.
Hopefully somebody just comes and buys it all at once. There's a lot of people who want to be the only one to have a particular variation. And
well, that's as close as you're ever going to get to that.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do you have any of it cut already?
Yeah.
I'll come on this side. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's untreated stone. You can see how close it looks to Bisbee. These type of stones right there. See that Bisbee color?
I would have thought that it was.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the industry, sir?
1976.
Whoa, the golden years.
Yeah, we mined the Red Mountain Turquoise mine. That's why we're Red Mountain.
Holy smokes. Do you have any of that here?
I have some. I don't have a lot of high grade out. Here's Red Mountain.
Well, if this isn't
That's
high
typical.
grade, the high grade must be incredible because this looks great.
Yeah, the high grade isn't good.
Are you still mining the Red Mountain to this day?
No. Other people own it. We quit mining in '79.
Oh, wow. So not that long into getting started, you know. Was it big?
A lot of things changed during that period of time. It went from a lot of new rules, ways you had to mine. We leased the mine from.
Wow. So this stone has just been sitting around waiting to be cut for
I've had it all
decades.
these years. I cut every stone you see except for that Sleeping Beauty I've cut.
I could tell that someone in the States was doing the cutting because of the style. You know, there's a lot of great cutters in India and Taiwan and in the Philippines, but
Yeah, they're all metric cutters.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I tell people a good dome and a perfect girdle is what a silversmith is looking for. A lot of people don't put that much attention to detail when it comes to cabs. They're kind of just cutting for size. Every single one of these pieces here, they're free-formed.
Yes.
And they're designed to be put into silver. Perfect girdle, looks like about 11 degrees. Stunning polish. If you do not mind me asking, sir, are you using ZAM?
No, I use strictly diamond. I don't polish with anything but diamond because anything else you do to it is going to alter the stone to a certain degree. And that's just my feelings. And recently, as I got older, that's what I went to. ZAM was the thing that we used back in the 70s. But nothing here is touched with anything outside of diamonds.
Stunning, and it shows. I feel like when I use ZAM, it can undercut sometimes. It can remove some matrix and leave the turquoise. It doesn't always look the best. It gets a decent polish, but not like these.
No,
These
it
are.
gets a great polish, but yeah, you do have issues with it. So
I beg your pardon, sir. Do you have a card?
sure.
Oh, there it
And do
is.
you?
I am there. I'm picking them up from Staples this evening. But the channel is called Lapidary Dave on
An
YouTube.
Australian Vericite is a tremendously great stuff. Look at that right there. That's just high grade stuff, isn't it?
What are your thoughts on the Animu turquoise that's coming out of Australia nowadays?
Haven't seen any, so I don't have any.
I'll bring you a piece.
Yeah, I'd like it.
I'll bring you a piece, give it to you, you can take it home and cut it. No offense to people who might be selling it. It's nothing like this, so I don't expect you to be very impressed, but it's nice to just see something new, you know.
I like variations and everything. I'm not stuck on anything.
Do you know who has Sujilite already?
Make sure to check them out on Instagram.
We know who has Sujilite, but are you asking me who has affordable Sujilite?
Of course.
That's a different world. Yeah, right around the corner. You know, where you see all those trays of these at the very back. The gentleman at the very back, yeah, Sujilite. That's his specialty.
Here's some more of the Copper King here. Definitely.
Over at SunWest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Doesn't have any, I don't think. I haven't seen any. Ernie have any in a long time.
Okay, so you're saying
Look at that Patagonia.
to someone else.
Yeah. Now there is the most interesting stone on the table. This is out of Patagonia, Arizona. There's very, very, probably as rare as you can get, and it's just an incredible webstone. The miner mines it whenever he feels like it, goes picks up a few pounds. 90% of it is chalk. None of it is hard, but occasionally he gets some. He sold me there again, it's a very small amount. I bought about 10 pounds from him. And he'll sell me some every once in a while, but this is the best I have ever seen. That's from Patagonia, Arizona.
Holy smokes.
I mean, look at that.
It's stunning. So much variation. I mean, just in this tray, there's like 8 different variations of the material. So I imagine there's probably dozens coming out of the mine.
Yeah. To me, that's one of the, that's expensive too. That's $15 a carat.
Worth every penny. You wouldn't want to put this in a prefabricated, a Rio Grande supply ring that you buy. This deserves a real designer setting. Heirloom quality.
Those pairs,
Stunning. And if you don't mind me asking you, sir, what is this other rough you have over here?
Well, you got several. This a lot of people mistake for turquoise. This is phosphite. And what phosphite, the most famous mine is Carrico Lake.
Interesting.
And that is turquoise, and that is phosphite. They occur side by side, and then when it goes together, and it'll be blue and green. And that'll be blue inside and green on the outside. It's a combination of both of them.
Is this Carrico Lake?
Some of this is Carrico Lake, yes. Quite a bit of it's Carrico Lake. There's what it cuts like over there at the very front.
Oh, wow. So make sure to scan the QR code, folks, if you want to check them out on Instagram. I'll get that nice up and straight for you, folks. There we go. This is it. This stuff's really popular in Santa Fe, where we live.
Oh, it's crazy. It's beautiful.
It almost looks like Cerrillo sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Wow, this is a really unique one. It's a tan piece.
Yeah, I cut them every once in a while. Cut a half moons, and they need pairs.
What
As you
kind?
can see, so this phosphite, that's turquoise. Turquoise and phosphite.
What is this big, beautiful piece?
That is Baja, and comes off the Baja Peninsula.
It's a lot better Baja than what a lot of folks are selling. A lot of Baja you'll see is just really caked in glue and real muddy looking stuff. Yeah. It might not even be a Baja. They're just calling it Baja. There's a lot of Sonoran stuff.
Yeah, it could be.
Is this piece for sale?
Yeah. It weighs about, I think that one's 6 pounds. Don't hold me to it. I can put it on a scale and weigh it. I'm at 300 pounds. That
is not bad.
Look like I said, you put water to it, and
You can see how rock hard it is by these saw marks here. It's not going to crumble. Well, he obviously slabbed it.
yeah, and this is I didn't bring the other one, and then that's all wet, all through that.
1,800 bucks is not 1,800 bucks for this piece is not a bad deal. That's actually pretty incredible. Would not be surprised if somebody bought this up to carve it.
Yeah, it could very easily be done.
Send it down to Gallup to some Dene Hopi Zuni folks, and they'd have a field day.
So it's from the Evans mine.
You have a really nice selection of Bisbee. Do you enjoy the Bisbee particularly?
We were really known for Bisbee for years and years, high-grade Bisbee. Like that case over there is where my Bisbee's at.
I tell people Bisbee is a turquoise that people who don't really understand turquoise know. Bisbee, Kingman, Sleeping Beauty. Nowadays, Royston is a household name as well.
I tell you, it is. But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so right there, that's 20 bucks a carat. That's 7 bucks a carat.
Incredible. This is, you could see this and you know right away.
Mm-hmm. The Egyptian is incredible.
Does Egyptian, does that ever come non-stabilized to the United States?
All of this is non-stabilized, yes. I have bought this untreated, unstabilized. It hasn't had anything to enhance it. This is totally the way it is. Just a brown nugget. You can't even tell what the stuff is. And who I buy it from, which mostly I get from Ernie, when that comes in, he's right, I got some natural for you.
Oh, wow.
And before he does anything, then we go through and takes a look at it.
You know,
but he calls it Prince.
Prince, interesting. He didn't, well, some people like to give things names, I guess.
I guess, I don't. Here's high-grade Red Mountain Nuggets.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
No ink, no nothing. That's what that is.
And when you say no ink, what you're referring to is that sometimes, well, especially like I hear Sleeping Beauty that they would tumble it in like a shoe polish perhaps, or some people enhance the webbing with inks.
Yeah.
And then there's just obviously enhancing the color and stuff, but.
Well, yeah, enhancement works several ways. So there's enhanced Sleeping Beauty. Now that's a pretty natural background. I wouldn't say that had, much dye to it. That's probably the way that came. You can see all my beads drilled. So let me find you some. So there's you some enhanced.
Not a bad color, really consistent throughout the bag.
Yeah, well, that's when these are Chinese. These are from 1996.
Oh, wow.
None of this material is newer than that.
Is this rough Sleeping Beauty here?
No, this is enhanced. Almost all Sleeping Beauty has to be, it'll just turn green on you in a year or two.
From oxidation?
I don't know why it's so susceptible, but it is. That and Kingman are probably the two stones most susceptible to what we call, alteration of color. That's why all your old jewelry, everybody says it has Cyril's turquoise. Mm-hmm. I just got old Kingman and Vinci.
Oh, wow.
That all turns green.
Oh, wow. That's
There's
incredible.
this stone not enhanced will not stay blue 2 or 3 years if you wear it.
I bought some lower quality pieces from a gentleman named Jeff Best. I don't know if you're familiar with Jeff Best, but in a couple months it was already turning green after I calved it. It looked a little bit less oxidized in nugget form, but I guess when I cut into it and it really got open, it turned green.
Get it away, huh?
And this is not Copper King. This is...
No. That right there is some more of the Evans.
Oh, wow.
Australian Versailles.
It's incredible. When people think of Verisites, they always think of the... Oh, yeah, sorry. That's the Evans, right?
Yeah. No, this is turquoise. This is Evans turquoise. Baja high grade. I mean, you're looking at...
Baja.
You're not looking at... There are a lot of low grade stuff out there. This is Webby.
What are you asking for on the Evans rough?
That right there would be $2 a gram.
Fantastic.
But there's the Australian varicite.
Is most of the cutting varicite that's coming from Australia coming from the same place?
I'm sure it is. I only know of one major producer, in northern Australia. Mm-hmm. It comes massive. It comes.
I beg your pardon? I'm doing fantastic. Especially since I get to talk to this gentleman about your amazing turquoise. I'm a turquoise freak.
Yeah, graphite comes these big, wide.
Holy smokes.
They're not cool.
That is amazing. All the stuff that I've seen, I bought a piece from Broken River at Keno, and it was really light green. This stuff is intense.
Well, you got to pick it from 1,500 pounds.
Yes, sir.
We're in barrels. Have you ever heard of Moffett?
Moffett
mine?
Not at all.
Okay, well, Moffitt's a turquoise producer out of Nevada, and these are the swatomorphs. In other words, they replace. That's a clam replacement.
Holy smokes. Fossil turquoise.
There's this little, yeah. So what happens is the fossil dissolves out. This replaces it, and they call them swatomorphs. That's the Miss Moffett mine. There's a bucket of swatomorphs.
I bet you there's a lot of people who love to collect those, and I wonder how many millions of them got cut up back in the day.
Yeah, well, I
just
cut them
for
still.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What is your name, my friend?
Randall Marchese.
Randall Marchese. I'm David Garcia. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Let me write down here.
Red Mountain Outpost, high-grade turquoise supplier. Check them out on Instagram. If you folks saw anything that you're interested in, feel free to give them contact him here. There's an email. Somebody is going to get that big piece of Evans Baja if it's not me. That is amazing for the price. Right now, I'm going to pick out some of this stuff so I can cut it at Diamond Pacific.
Yeah, you like it.
We saw the nugget in there, and look at that.
I'm good. That's very good. That's really good.
Amazing.
Never.
Not for sale, right? Shouldn't be. Well, they're right.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. What a treat. And what variation of turquoise is this?
I think it's Red Mountain.
Amazing.
Is this Red Mountain, sweetie?
Yeah.
That's the mine we mined in the 70s.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Raw nuggets are those there.
Other vendors.
Oh, you've made these for others?
Yeah.
And it's just the tub of nuggets too.
That is such a great idea because
It gives you where to go. Okay, that's 3 carats.
that's a great idea. Because you probably explained what a carat was thousands and thousands of times.
And then, they want to know that, and you don't want to be, and then they just walk away. So after...
And it just wouldn't make sense, and people would be intimidated if, let's say, I think this was it
Yes.
$20 a carat? If you said $100 a gram, and they don't know turquoise, they would be freaked out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You hear it and see it.
Do you like white buffalo? For me, I love the beauty, but it's so hard to cut.
We're on Instagram, and our jewelers love it.
Oh, fantastic.
I love turquoise. Grandma and I love turquoise.
So when we
He has cut. You understand? He has cut every stone.
thousands of hours.
He just walked out of the house to the shop. But every one of these, I have to show you another interesting thing. Nice, huh?
Beautiful. It's on the
A
inside.
surprise. Coral, gold, lapis.
That is stunning.
It's pretty tiny. I can hardly get it on, but interesting.
Amazing. Is it made in like the Gallup area or like Southwest New Mexico?
It is. Olin DeSinji is a native,
Oh, fantastic.
and in fact, Randall, when he was just starting out, took him out and showed him how to cut, and now he's huge.
Oh, wow.
He's huge.
Beautiful, beautiful. You have great taste. See you soon, my friend. Howdy there, folks. It's me, Lapidary Dave. We are here for the first day of jogs. Opens up one day before the 22nd Street show. Let's see, that's about as far as we can zoom in. Jogs open today. Fortunately, it is open to the public for the first time. You can pay a fee, like $10 or something. You can get in. It used to be wholesale only for years. It's going to help them out a lot. Big line, not a big deal. But I did want to talk about something I did see over here. These are pretty cool. $15 a strand for these Hubei mountain beads. What I like to do is I like to slice these in half and make 2 cabs out of them. It is stabilized, but it's really nice. Easy to polish, beautiful colors. These are all right. I used to buy these a lot, and you get a lot of browner ones, but the yellow is what I love out of here the most. But for the $15, these ones over here, this pile is absolutely stunning for the price. Like that right there. This one bead sliced in half, making 2 cabs, you'll make double your money back, and then you have the rest to play with. Really, really cool. If I had the dough, I'd probably just buy all of those strands right there to slice them. And you'll get some that don't really want to be sliced. I try to use a thin blade and cut right down the middle of the hole, but it doesn't always work out that well. Some beads it's actually better to get to the side of the hole. You can always flat lap the hole away. I kind of like the way you can tell the back was a bead, especially if you're using an open setting piece of silver or something, like a step bezel or something. But these are fun. Actually, this material is how I got started. I was buying mine from Silver Rainbird. And yes, slice them in half.
Baskets,
Good way to make money. $5 for these mushrooms here. All different kinds. Those are fun. My good friend Sprightly Sprite is in line, so I get to come over here and play around while we wait. This is neat. Some kind of phosphate. Is it dyed? I don't know. I almost don't think so. Let's see if we can figure out who works here and ask him about this. Is this Mexican? Definitely stabilized. You can see the glue on the surface, but that will go away. And since it's stabilized, it's obviously going to be a lot more affordable. And it will yield a lot compared to if it wasn't. Really weird. That doesn't really look natural to me. You can almost see the glue has been colored. Let's see if we can find somebody here. I want to know what this is. And then it looks like there's some other phosphate stuff over here. Another stabilized green. This kind of looks like Sonoran. This looks like some stabilized number 8 over here, but a lot of Sonoran actually looks like number 8. It could be a stabilized number 8 or even a Baja. These beads over here look similar, but this is a different variation of turquoise. This is Hubei Mountain, and this is some kind of Mexican, I believe. But no one around to ask. Excuse me, sir. Do you work here, my friend? What kind of turquoises are these two?
This one?
Is Mexican?
No, let me ask him.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, these ones and what else?
These ones over here, sir.
It's about the same, huh?
Yeah, it kind of does look the same.
Let me ask this guy. Any of these?
No, just wondering what the variation was in general.
Not on these, just this one.
Yes, sir. Nice guy. He doesn't know off the top of his head. He's probably just some hired help, which is cool. Back in the day, it was really easy to find a job during the Tucson show. Now it's a lot harder than it used to be.
$40 a kilo.
A kilo? Not a pound, a kilo.
Kilo.
Really?
Kilo, yeah.
That is very good.
Yeah, it's good for the kilo.
Does he know what kind of turquoise it is?
No, I'm
It's okay. Nah, hey, brother,
So ask him.
don't worry about it. That's a good deal. That's all we need to know.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, my friend. So that's like less than $20 a pound.
See, that's there.
Oh, what kind of turquoise is
This
this?
is Mexican turquoise. Stabilized.
Is it Baja, maybe Sonoran?
Yeah.
Who knows, you know?
Stabilized.
And it's 40 a kilo, not
Yeah.
a pound, right? Kilo?
No, kilo.
That is-
$20 a pound.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. And this one is 1 kilo, is $40.
That is. Do you take a card, my friend?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'm gonna go wait in line with Sprite, then I'm gonna come back over here and buy at least 10 pounds of this material. Even though it's stabilized, it's still awesome. Mr. Hartman from Durango Silver Company often talks about how good stabilized turquoise should at least be, or can be expected to be closer to $2.45 a gram. You know, I pay more than that for natural turquoise rough, but at $20 a pound. Oh, thank you, my friend. At $20 a pound, that is fantastic. I wish I had my machine set up so I could buy just a little bit and cut it and see how it reacts before I go in and jump in and buy more. But as you can see over here, you can see in the light, maybe this is definitely a different variation than this. I think this is what they call the Eliza. Sometimes there's another name for this, and I think it is a enhanced green Mexican turquoise. This is the stuff that ends up like in the Mojave. Very good price. This one, this is not even that material, but very good price. Probably the best price on stabilized turquoise that I've seen at the Tucson show so far. Actually, all year. You could buy this for $20 a pound or $40 a kilo, and then sell it for you could sell it for $60 a pound anywhere else. If I had the money, I'd probably just buy it all, honestly. Really cool. Michael Toronto here at SunWest Silver, one of the few people that are really going out of their way to help the turquoise industry. I love you, brother. I'm a huge fan of your work. I'm a huge fan of all the knowledge that you share online. You know that there's people out there who have been selling for 30, 40, 50 years who are still learning things from you.
Thank you.
The biggest case that I can point out is Redskin Turquoise. You knew it as another name.
The Manchan is what they were calling it.
Right, and the people, I won't mention the company, but the people selling the Redskin Turquoise started selling it as Manchan. They've been in the industry for 50 years. And it's just, you know, you care about the history of turquoise.
Yeah.
You love what you do and you do what you love.
Yeah, I have good mentors. I work for a good company.
And I've asked you a lot of questions out of nowhere online before I ever got to meet you. I've been trying to get an interview with you for years. You're really fantastic. What you're doing for the industry is really great, dude. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
So if you don't mind me asking, how long has SunWest Silver been a thing?
Ernie's had the company for about 50 years. He started it, he founded it from scratch. And I'm still learning the history. I've worked here for about 3 years. And I'm learning new things about it all the time. History behind his mining, his manufacturing. You know, all the time, new details pop up.
You know, there's a lot of cut things, probably cut throughout the decades, but all of these different turquoise dealers, one way or another, they have a story with Mr. Montoya. Like, he approaches them with some super high quality stuff every once in a while, and they'll never forget that time he came up to them with the best Egyptian that they've ever had, or you know, different materials. The guy is really fantastic, quite a legend, actually.
It makes me happy to hear. You know, I like.
The guy at Denver, I was trying to chat with you, he just reaches in a bucket and hands me a handful of his Fox turquoise for free. He's like such a sweetheart. He loves,
Yeah, I
I
remember
mean,
that.
50 years isn't going to slow that gentleman down. He still has the love for what he's doing. How long have you been cutting?
About 20 years. My mom used to cut, and it's something I did when I was in high school for fun, and it became kind of a job.
Oh, fantastic. Do you work for other companies manufacturing
No.
jewelry?
No, I sometimes I do things for fun on the side, but you know, mostly I just sell for SunWest, and I enjoy that.
Oh, awesome. So when I see your videos online and you're making those big, beautiful bracelets and stuff, those are usually your private pieces?
Yeah, just for fun, you know.
Awesome.
Just put them under the bed, and you know, maybe it's someone's birthday every once in a while.
Oh, fantastic. And we were talking earlier, you still use silicon carbide expandable belts.
Yeah,
You know, some people think that's an inferior thing.
that's how I was taught, and some material dictates certain materials. You know, some material doesn't like certain types of abrasives. Some of it, you know, it's really dependent on each individual stone, what they like to be cut with.
Absolutely. And in my experience, I've noticed some materials actually prefer silicon carbide. Jades, for me, feel like they really like it. Obviously, agates and jaspers like it, even sometimes with no water, which sounds crazy to some people. But I don't think silicon carbide's inferior. I think it's a learning curve that most people aren't getting to learn because they're starting with diamond because of the mass production of all these machines that are out now. It's kind of a renaissance for lapidary. So, if you don't mind, could you show me some of your favorite materials here?
Yeah, some of the favorite stuff that we have over here at SunWest. Obviously the Caraco.
So, some people tell me, well, this is a beloved material. You see this all over the Santa Fe Plaza and super high-end jewelry. Is that perhaps it's not technically a turquoise, like a begins with an F, perhaps?
Oh, well, actually, a lot of this material does test as turquoise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
Faustite actually.
Faustite. Yeah, that's right.
That's a common thing. People will refer to this material as Faustite, but
You can see the turquoise in there.
some of it does test as turquoise in this very color. Sometimes Faustite will actually be more of this kind of forest green color, you know, but generally Caraco Lake is turquoise.
Fantastic.
You know, some Faustite, it's a very diverse mine, but you know, majority of the material is turquoise.
Huge difference in variation between these two, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, people want those greens.
Yeah, really beautiful greens. Hands down my favorite color.
It's stunning. I think to the untrained eye and someone who might not know Caraco Lake or some of the other greener turquoises might even mistake this for like an Australian gaspiite or something similar, which has become super rare and tremendously emulated in the scene. You've probably seen a million green blocks around the show.
We got gaspiite on the other side too.
Oh, let's go look at it so they can, folks at home will know.
More of the typical colors of Caraco Lake, deep saturated ones. I like this stuff.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't if this wasn't in the tray. I wouldn't know that it was Caraco. I'm so familiar with this material, but this is stunning. Like that piece right there, almost has a Royston-y look to it.
Yeah, and this is a common look right here. This is kind of a pastel color inside of that kind of gray shirt, gray quartzite.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna pick this up just so I can
Sometimes,
get the glare gone.
If you get this out of a different part of Nevada, at Godber Burnham, they would call this Dry Creek, but this is out of Caraco Lake.
Is it really? Is there really a lake up there?
It's a petrified lake.
Okay. Do you mind if we go look at the gaspiite?
Yeah, it's right over there. My boss curated a really cool collection.
Oh, it's on that side.
Checking it out. I don't want to.
Oh, I understand. So this is another material that I believe your boss is kind of.
He owns the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in Lander County. This is New Lander. A lot of this stuff is variscite. You'll see we have the blacks, the yellows, the different metal content in the material will color the color of the variscite. So actually, if you see this white material here, that's the pure variscite without any metallics in it. And then you'll get greens, yellows, depending on the different mixes of metals in there.
Oh, I had no idea that's what was going on there.
So pure variscite is white.
Oh, wow. And so I guess like the greens that we're familiar with, like with Lucian, like that stuff over there.
It's stained with another metal. I'm not sure the metal. I haven't looked it up, but I do know turquoise gets its color opposite that variscite does. Variscite gets it from the metals. Turquoise gets it from the crystal shape Like, I don't know the difference between allochromatic and idiochromatic, but I know turquoise and variscite embody the difference between the two, how coloring works.
And you keep the prices pretty affordable. Some people might be like $2 a carat, but I'll tell you what, if I paid for the rough and I cut the rough, I'm gonna get closer to 5 to 12. So you guys are keeping it real. These are beautifully oxidized.
This is stabilized. This is Golden Hills material from Kazakhstan.
Really?
And every now and then we get enough to stabilize. We buy it. My boss gets it in rough and drums. And then every now and then there'll be little bits of chalk in there, and he collects them. And when there's enough of it, it's not commercially available as stabilized material. So we hold back stuff that we wouldn't necessarily want the cutters to get, and then we'll have it treated.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's some pretty good ethics. A lot of people would be like, oh, chalk's part of the industry. I'm paying for it. You're paying for it. And it's really cool that he's taking the time to make sure that all of his material is usable instead of just kind of abusing the customer and stuff.
We use this, everything's cut as if we're going to set it. We're always going to assume that it's going to go in the jewelry first.
Absolutely, which is why you're taking the time to have perfect domes, perfect girdles for the silver settings.
Yeah. Let's see here, where's Baja's a good example. See, nice even domes, consistent shapes.
So, do you folks have cutters here in the States?
Yeah.
The reason why I ask is because even though they are slightly calibrated and probably would fit into calibrated settings, they have a human element to them.
Yeah.
There are more and more production machines coming out now, and when you see things getting cut overseas, they have a almost robotic look to them, even though they are doing it by hand. They're just so good at calibrating and the repetition that you can tell, even though like those two might be technically the same size, they have a human look to them. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so do you folks, you do sell the Newlander rough?
Yeah, we have it right over there.
Oh, heck yeah.
We have some good nodules.
Here with the handsome and always so intelligent Sprite at SunWest Silver. Checking out some of the Newlander material. Little window polish here. I was telling him that I think SunWest Silver are the main distributors of Newlander. If it was old Lander, it probably wouldn't be in a bucket on the floor. Look at that. That looks like something different that might have wandered into the bucket. I'm not sure though. So a lot of people, when they talk about New Mexican turquoise, to me, I feel like Cerrillos is like one of the most famous variations. I know there's Tyrone in New Mexico, and
There's Tyrone. We have a lot more Tyrone than Cerrillos. But here's some Cerrillos right here.
is Cerrillos just kind of finite and rare? They're not processing it or mining it or anything?
There's still a little bit of mining going on over there, but mostly it's out of tailings. And then there was some coming out of Tyrone for a while. Really nice pieces of large green material that we stabilize.
Is Tyrone down south?
Yeah, it's right near Silver City, near Lordsburg, actually.
And Mr. Montoya, does he own Fox?
That's an interesting story. He doesn't, but it might have been. That was a story that might have been. I'm not too keen on it, or I'd tell it.
People are gonna have to show up and ask him themselves.
Yeah, he tells his own stories the best.
Oh yeah. Is that also in New Mexico?
Fox is Nevada turquoise. There is do we have any Fox over here? He has a big collection of Fox.
I was looking at some Fox over there.
And we have some rough right here. Little brown. Nice little stuff. A lot of people that collect Fox remember that it looks like a bunch of little brains. And it has this white kind of powdery coating on it. Kind of a powdered sugar coating it from the Matrix.
It's so hard that you could probably just hit it with Zam, cut it in half, and call it a nugget cabochon.
A lot of people did that. And you'll see like that's like kind of the chalky matrix in there.
What is this?
This is Blue Ridge turquoise. This is Mexican turquoise. This is
Wow, I'm so used to most Mexican being green, and it's nice to see some really hard blues.
this is near Campitos. This is one of the Campitos mines.
Is Campitos near Nacazari at all?
It's south of Sonora, or it's in Sonora, south of Tucson.
And I know you're. Yeah, that's another Audison material, I believe.
Blue Moon. Yeah, we were looking at the cabs a while ago.
Where's Blue Moon from?
It's near a gold mine. I'm not sure where Blue Moon's located. Yeah, never been there.
Oh, it's a good looking piece. It almost has a slate blue look to it.
Stuff cuts nice though.
And is this also
This is a Sonoran turquoise.
nice? Oh, is it only $1 a gram?
Yeah.
That's a pretty dang good deal. Take $1 a gram, cut it up, call it $5 a carat. How can you lose?
Right?
Oh yeah, nice bright blues.
You can choose. You gotta know what you're looking for.
So everybody has different tastes. My tastes are a nugget that I can cut in half and have use the flat sides as bases for 2 cabochons. Like that one would be great to cut sideways in my opinion. Or I look for pieces that don't need to be trimmed.
Yeah.
And
Like that.
yeah, that'd be perfect.
That's nice and tough.
And it's got a great shape already, so you won't be losing too much of the material. Really awesome. I love this stuff.
Yeah, but we're over here all week.
That is great. Some of us have some greens in there. So many great pieces, great prices. Even the slightly spendier ones are still really affordable. You can make 5 times your money back. Easy peasy. Mr. Montoya gave me some of the Fox while I was in Denver. Fantastic material. Just tons of turquoise. I just spoke to a gentleman who was buying 2 buckets of the White Buffalo. I asked him how did he enjoy cutting the material and told him that I was having some hard difficulties cutting it because I was getting some crumbling. He was telling me to look for the material that has a lot of black, and that if it's primarily white, it might, have a better chance of crumbling. That's really good advice because it was the white that was crumbling on it when I was trying to cut it. I believe this material is hardened, which is totally fine by me. If it's going to keep it together. At the Keno show last year, the Audison family was selling it for $300 a pound. I wonder what they're charging for it here. Do you happen to know what they're asking for the material here? 2. Not bad.
I'm just with 2.
Awesome. So some of you folks watching might wonder, why would the Audison sell it for 3, but then Ernie would sell it for 2? Well, if you buy enough of the material, you leave a lot of room for profit, and then you can share that profit with your customers. Perhaps, the celebrity of the Audisons is allowing them to get $300 a pound, where, Mr. Montoya bought enough of it where he can sell it for 2. Here is some untreated material. And feels a little flaky, but some people prefer it like that. If I was to buy this material, actually no, this has definitely been stabilized, I can tell because the stuff stuck to the outside. If I was to buy the untreated material, I would actually try to buy pieces that I didn't have to trim, that I could just cab, because me personally, I'm having a hard time slabbing and trimming this when it's untreated. Really cool. I beg your pardon. Is this Campitos as well? Yeah. Oh, sorry, sir. I hope I'm not interrupting you.
Your voice, I knew I heard your voice. I watched you on YouTube.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, you too.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, that's okay. I watch it from Australia.
Oh, awesome. Yo.
I've been binging.
SunWest Silver has a lot of different variations of Campitos. Campitos comes in a lot of variations, as a lot of you folks know. Almost every turquoise mine produces different variations from one mine. They say number 8 has over 30 variations. Kingman has over 40 variations. They have a few here of the Campitos. This material is $250. Looks like we have some over here as well. And this stuff has the pyrite that people crave in the Campitos. I really enjoy the pyrite inside of the material. It does make it a little bit heavier, so when you're paying for the material by weight, it is definitely providing some of the weight, but it's totally worth it. Everybody loves pyrite and turquoise. Will make your machine a little dirty though when you're cutting, but I love it. Campitos, I believe the Campitos mine is near the Sonoran mine, but our good friend Michael will be able to figure that out for sure, get the facts on that. He is a turquoise genius. I want to show you this other variation of Campitos over here.
Okay, so what am I doing wrong?
Night and day. Look at this stuff here. Would you ever suspect that this comes from the same mine as that? This variation of Campitos is $350 a pound. Not bad. Oh, I like this. A little bit darker blue, highly pyritized. I think working for SunWest Silver would definitely be a dream job for me as a phosphate cutter. There's some nuggets. I wonder what material that is. I beg your pardon, what kind of material is this? Is this the Egyptian? Yes. Have you ever cut it before?
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you looking for when you're sorting through the stuff?
I'm looking for kind of the webby, bubbly stuff. It's kind of the stuff I'm looking for.
Do you mind if I look at a piece that you picked out? I love the Egyptian. I like the polychrome ones.
Yeah, I do too.
So a lot of these thin ones, you obviously are not going to trim. It's going to go straight to the wheel.
Yeah, you probably skim it just to make it a little thicker. Yeah.
What kind of machine are you using?
I use a cab machine.
Oh, I mean, what brand?
Like,
Is it an old bird?
no idea.
Hey, it's got to be if it doesn't have the name branded right on the front, right? Is it a 2-wheel, 4-wheel, 6-wheel?
It's 6 wheels.
Cool. So it's not that old.
Yeah.
Water from the top or water from the bottom?
Water from the top.
Okay. And are the trays plastic?
Yes.
Oh, it's a cab kit.
Yeah.
It's black?
It's white.
White, really?
Like, trays are white, but cab king is black. The moment.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what you have over here. Our YouTube channel is sponsored by Diamond Pacific, so we want to tell everybody that you're using Diamond Pacific. But I'm trying to figure it out.
I can tell. I could have said that.
No, it's cool, dude. Every machine, they all spin at 1750 RPM. Now it comes down to what wheels you're using, you know.
Yeah, the wheels I use, I've been using some carbides.
Really, silicon carbide.
Yeah, I've used those wheels.
If you're cutting turquoise, it's super economical because it's not a particularly difficult material to, work through. Yeah, I mean, you can get a couple hundred pieces cut for $1 worth of silicon carbide wheels,
Yeah.
And is that by choice, or is that just kind of what you I doubt it's what you can only, if you're digging through a bucket of turquoise, you can afford diamond wheels. But obviously you like silicon carbide wheels. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I use those. I use some diamonds, but we'll use a little variety of stuff, I guess.
Thanks for your kindness, my friend. I appreciate you chatting. Awesome. So our good friend Michael, who we came here to Jugs, just to Jugs to talk to, is a little bit busy over there helping some people out, so we'll probably come bug him a little bit later. I want to look at this Hubei mountain over here. Now, even when it comes to Chinese turquoise, there's dozens of variation. There's Tibetan, there's the black Tibetan, there's Manshan, also known as redskin. There's the traditional black webbed Hubei mountain. There's the Blue Creek. There's a Blue Mountain. So many different variations of Chinese turquoise that people don't really think about. They just say, oh, this comes from Kingman, and you think, you know the look. That's kind of why you need to know who your supplier is, like Mr. Montoya here. Is Star Fox a Veracite?
Yeah, it's a Veracite mine.
It looks fantastic. You ever play Star Fox back in the day?
Yep. This is people gravitate towards the green ones, and this is what they brought us. Can't remember if it was Denver or Tucson last year, but Addison's brought us a nice pail of this.
Does the Addisons own the mine for Star Fox?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is what they brought for Uncle Ernie, as they call him.
Uncle Ernie. Do you know if Mr. Montoya started in Albuquerque or Santa Fe?
Albuquerque.
That's what I thought.
He was born in Albuquerque.
Oh, fantastic.
Here you go.
Thanks, Michael. And so you do a live sale for SunWest Silver. What days can people find you?
We're gonna resume that after the show season, and we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Fantastic. I'll put that information down in the description section as soon as we find out. Michael, I can't thank you enough for everything that you do for the industry, brother.
Have a wonderful day, man.
You're fantastic. Thank you. Here's a real interesting piece. You would not want to cut of turquoise
Oh yeah, I've seen the rock.
and quartzite. Lots of great rough. Oh yeah, look at that. I love the sponge idea, so you don't have to have all these trays of water around. And if it's good material, you just need to get a little wet.
Oh, unless it's on the slide? No, it's not.
Yeah, that's from Oregon, right? Yeah, I think this is from Oregon. Maybe this looks completely different than the other stuff.
Nice.
I was gifted some awesome pieces of this. It's pretty expensive.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, that was a good one here. Well, aren't they coming back this way?
Look at this green. Sleeping Beauty oxidizes pretty easily and pretty fast. I'm not 100% sure that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's not.
That's my guess.
It's a good guess.
Because the clay, the pyrite's weird.
This does remind me of Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, the way that.
I got it all sitting in a bag at the Diamond Pacific booth, just all out on the side there. Should probably put it away.
Who's watching?
I absolutely love it.
I love how it changed the so hard to sell and show
Are you a turquoise guy?
I see a short side of there. Where do they go from?
For that pyrite?
No, under that. That color.
Oh yeah, that's intense. Do you cut yourself?
I make colors.
Oh, nice.
Lapidary.
Fantastic.
Oh, this is all Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I thought so.
This untreated.
Fantastic.
I saw the sign that said Kenya. I was like,
Oh, no. This is,
My friend, I know you're busy. Can you quick tell me what's going on right here?
sure. This is a quartz plate, a huge quartz plate. There's a $25,000 strand of beads in there.
So what you would just do
Absolutely.
is just cut it apart, take out the blue patches, and hook it up. This one here is a disappointed quartz plate. When you see the weathered, usually you won't see the strong blue that you will with the sharper quartz. It's just
Fantastic.
something I've learned over the years.
And your sponge idea is genius. You don't have a big dirty.
COVID, so no one has to lick anymore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I just like the taste of turquoise.
580 grams. Namibian. 10 a gram. 10 a gram. I wish I could get more, but yeah.
That dark purple, is that from Oregon?
No, this is Indonesian. This is Turkish. I just put it Indonesian to show the difference in color.
Holy smokes.
Cool. Huh?
It's stunning.
But this is massive. No one has this. This is a full production in 2013. Turkish Chalcedony. This is
Amazing.
No one else. Yeah, I like it. If I show you the cut stones, you just die. I cut some of it. Then I had people asking me for flatbacks. I'm like,
Dude, get out of town. Yeah.
this is designer.
A good smith who understood the material would just incorporate the back into the piece, you know what I mean?
This right here in the middle, is that right? I like the back, it's crazy looking.
Can you hold it up for me, my friend? It's like a Japanese, like those old Japanese paintings of the ocean.
Definitely.
Big kaiju coming out of there. Amazing.
Truly.
You got good taste, Sprite.
Well, thank you.
I say it all the time.
And do you take credit card? Thank you. I don't really have cash on you.
I could spend all day looking at every one of those pieces. They're so great. And look at this beautiful thing. That's probably, 25 pounds? One more for the road.
He's a good guy.
I love him. We're here with Dan the Cabman at the Jog Show. My very first turquoise friend. Really good guy. Him and his father are from Durango Turquoise Company. Dan's doing his own booth now. It's exciting.
Hi.
Third year for your own booth?
Fourth year right
Fourth year.
Yeah.
So folks can find you on Instagram. Dan the Cabman on Instagram. You have no problem selling any pieces online.
No.
If they need a particular shape, particular size, and they don't see it online, you can cut it for them, no problem.
Yeah.
They need 1,000 pieces the same size, you got them.
Yeah.
And you're doing it all yourself. And you were telling me that you might be having somebody here soon help you with the polishing, but all of these are your designs.
Everything you see here is done by me. Yeah.
And if you look,
Organic shapes.
every single thing, perfect girdle, perfect dome, intended for jewelry. A lot of people, you could save so much time by just shining it up really fast. Don't worry about the girdle, don't worry about the dome. But all of your but all of your pieces are made for jewelry.
Yes, of
Like,
course,
there's not going to be one here that's going to have a hard time setting in jewelry. Oh, let's talk about some of the stuff you got going on over here. So you're making these stars. I don't see a lot of people with stars.
Yeah, those are like what brings people in, just the stars.
Look at that.
Yeah, those are 10-point stars.
That probably takes forever, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I do these with a bandsaw, and that's how I can get the shape. I just trace them and everything, and it's just even getting them in the wheels, like the little points, and for them not to break off, that's very tough for me to do. So
You've probably done it 100 times when it breaks off.
more than 100.
And so is it a diamond bandsaw?
Yeah.
And those don't go very fast, so that takes a lot of time too.
Well, if you go too fast, you can break the points, or you know.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I think they say about an inch a minute. Which,
Really?
if you're really working, well, I mean, when you know your stone, you know how fast you can go. It might take a little bit longer, it might take a little bit less long.
It just depends. When you get experience, you know, you'll get the hang of it. Because not all of them are meant. Also, like some of the stars, they'll break. You know, it doesn't matter how slow or fast you go, they'll break.
And so you cut in this buffalo. Have you ever just tried to slice a piece of the buffalo and it just crumbles on you?
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of there's very porous, like the outside of it. So once you start cutting it, getting into it, where it's the harder part, that's where you don't have a problem. But it's like the edges, the outer part, that's where it breaks.
Yeah, when you do get it cut, it's nice and hard. You don't have to worry about it breaking after it's made into a cab. But I feel like it's a material that you lose a lot of material just processing.
Yeah, well, since I don't get the top grade of the white buffalo, I get like the medium to the lower quality. Most of it's soft, so I have to have it stabilized. Even the edges of that stuff breaks apart, and it's.
I would prefer it stabilized, honestly, because I don't want to. I've lost pieces bigger than my fist trying to cut it, and
also where you cut it, you got to go with the stone instead of against it, and that's like part of the secret.
Oh, it has a grain.
Yeah,
interesting. I have seen it look like a linear stuff inside the vugs, but I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, you got to go with it. If you go against it, it's gonna crumble every time.
Okay, well that's a huge hint there.
Yeah, it took me a lot of time to figure that one out, and you know, learning is expensive, so it was expensive to learn.
I mean, last year at the Keno show, inside the main tent, Mr. Otteson was selling it for $300 a pound.
Really?
And it might be cheaper from certain vendors who are buying enough of it to where they can sell it more affordably, but that is quite an investment just to potentially lose some or all of the material. Great polish. Are you using Zam?
Yeah, Zam with just a buffing wheel, and then I sometimes if it doesn't get to like that polish where I want it, I just use a little like leather wheel on that stuff. Just
leather on the Zam on the leather?
Yeah, just
holy smokes!
Yeah. You know what helps?
Pro tip.
you know what helps a lot if your buffer wheel is a little bit like if you put a little bit of water on it just to make it humid. Not too humid, but just, I don't know how to explain it, but if you get that Zam on it, it's going to polish much more nicely, and I don't know why.
Yeah, just hydrate it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it helps out a bunch,
So you got some pears here, you're making these by hand, you're not sending them away to the Philippines.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but...
No, everything you see here is done here in the U.S., it's all done by me.
I love the Mojave.
Cabbing machines,
You have green and the purple?
Yeah, this is some of that block.
I love the Mojave.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, some people are obsessed with this stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, there's a lot of people who might not be the cup of tea, but for every one of those people, there's two people that are absolutely obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I get about $1 to $3 a carat for a cut, and I'll tell you what, folks. Even though it's a block, it's not particularly cheap.
No.
The blocks, I think the blocks casually from the Kingman Turquoise company who are manufacturing the better ones is $256 a block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they're big and chunky.
That's you can literally get non-block turquoise from you here. You can get 2 pounds for the price of one block.
Yeah.
And so it might be the process that it's taking, and you know, it's not just the rock, but also having it made is expensive, and so
adding copper.
Yeah, you have to add resin to it. You got to have the turquoise for it, and everything has to go right for it to be able to be into a block. Because once you make that block and it doesn't work out, it's ruined.
You can waste thousands of dollars in one batch. Jeff Best does his own stabilization, and he does it for other people. Yeah. And he's told me he's ruined giant batches, and it not his fault.
Yeah.
It just could have got cold in the evening, and the glue doesn't set. Something could have went wrong chemically. It wasn't blended right. I'm sure he does all of those things to the best of his ability, but sometimes it just goes wrong, and losing thousands of dollars worth of turquoise is part of the process. I thought I could just use some epoxy resin and a jack to try to make my own box, and it did not work at all.
No.
There's a lot of things going on to make the Mojaves. These are, I would say, probably 2 of the 3 most famous and lucrative blocks in the industry. The third one would be Spiny Oyster Shell with turquoise, which is an incredible seller.
This one right here,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. That one has even a little bit of bronze in it.
Yeah, this one's a great seller. For me, I think it's the best seller.
Well, if you can tell, that's one of my best sellers too, because I don't have that much of it.
It's gone. And what I got from you. And your dad, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, my friend Suhas from, I think he's from Mumbai, he gave me a piece of it after he bought it. And I think you guys, you know, prices go up. That's just natural. Like, I used to be able, 10 years ago, I can go out to dinner for $10.
Yeah.
Now me and my grandma are spending $50 a night. You know, it's
exactly
just,
right. Yeah.
that's just the way it goes. When I was buying those blocks from you back in the day, they were $100 a block.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still are.
No, they
They can't be. I mean, you're paying more money, so it's just natural.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But those were the good old days. And your dad probably knows the real good old days, bro.
Yeah, $10 a pound for rough and all that stuff.
Oh, dude. And your dad, did he grow up in Durango?
Yeah, to the show, yeah.
And I think I heard a story that he'd go pick it up as a kid, right? He'd go pick up the turquoise off the ground or something?
Yeah, well, that was actually in northern Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he used to pick it up when he was a kid, and he saw like the big time buyers going down there to Mexico and you know, buying all that stuff. So he saw that firsthand, even since he was a little kid. So
oh man,
so now he's doing it himself.
Yeah, your dad is fantastic. Your dad's always been so good to me.
Yeah.
And so you folks do a lot more than just quartzite and Tucson. You go to Four Corners. You're inside.
Yeah.
Which is nice because you're away from the elements.
We do a show in Dallas. We do Denver as well. We've done a show in France and in Germany as well.
Oh, dang. How was that?
That was amazing.
You like the food?
Yeah, it was real good.
No way, dude.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's something different. You know, language barrier, everything's different. So, yeah.
Have you thought about doing Honolulu?
I've thought about it. Actually, last year I was thinking about it. I'm not sure about I might be able to do it this year.
I was looking up hotels last night.
Yeah.
If you order them now, it's not that bad. It's cheaper than here.
Yeah.
If you order it now.
If you do come to Honolulu, I promise I'll be there. I'm from Hawaii.
Okay.
And this is 3,000 miles of travel.
Yeah.
Just to get here.
Do you from Hawaii?
Yeah, Hawaii.
What's the good hotel? What other? Never mind. Where do you stay? Where would a normal person stay who's not rich for the Honolulu show?
Probably the Ala Moana Hotel.
I beg your pardon?
Ala Moana Hotel.
Ala Moana Hotel.
It's right next to the Ala Moana Marketplace. Probably one of the best ones downtown. Just got remodeled. And you're right by Waikiki.
Oh yeah? How much is a night looking like?
About $199.
$199?
That's not bad. It's a 3-day show.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking up hotels and stuff, and it says that a lot of more affordable hotels are in Waikiki. Is Waikiki too far from the show?
No, you're actually cab ride maybe about 3 minutes.
Oh, not bad.
No, you're like right there. The convention center is about 3 blocks from the Ala.
Awesome, dude. Thanks for the info, man. I want to see you there.
Now you won't get a room because.
Well, no, I was seeing rooms if I order them today, going for like $94 in Waikiki, but I didn't know how far Waikiki was from the show.
Well, you got, if you take a look at Ala Moana Shopping Center, and then the convention center is right above that, facing the ocean to the left. You got Ala Moana Hotel right there, and then you got the Prince Hotel right across the street. Prince would be probably your highest price hotel, but it's right on the way.
If you don't mind me asking before we walk away, is there any kind of cutting culture there where people who would buy rough? Is there a lapidary scene at all?
There is quite a bit of jewelry being sold there. We have people coming in from all over Southeast Asia, so a lot of the Southeast Asian market is there. The Prince Hotel is basically 90% Japanese tourists, and they're always looking for, because compared to buying in Hawaii versus buying in Japan, it's a real big difference price-wise.
Oh, wow.
That's something to look into then, yeah.
I think we should go to Japan.
Yeah, or Hawaii at least.
Yeah, let's start with Hawaii and we'll make our way to Japan.
Yeah.
What would our Japanese, it would be called Turquoise Eagle Cutting Company. In Japanese though. Whatever has the coolest.
I'm sure
You gotta have a brutal name. Yo, let's go, man. Let's go. $94 Waikiki. I was looking for a week from the 8th to the 15th.
Of course, yeah.
The show is the 10th to the 13th. Are you in, Sprite?
A few days before,
Come on.
a few days after.
He doesn't want to fly. Anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not just good at making stars, you're a great heart cutter.
Yeah. I've been trying shapes out this last year. That's what all I've been doing. I've been doing mushrooms, cows, and bulls, and bears, and all that stuff. Trees, cacti. So yeah, been doing a lot of stuff.
Heck yeah. You had a huge chunk of number 8. Did that sell?
I still have it over there the other booth.
Oh, nice. At Kino?
It's a big one, yeah. It's like that big, yeah.
Some beautiful number 8. Now, a lot of number 8, the material can have like green glue spots. You can see here, none of that going on here.
There's
Really
some,
good
yeah.
matrix.
I've had some of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected, but like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not seeing it on here. The matrix is looking really good. Nice American material. You have a few roughs. What kind of roughs you got going on over
I
here?
got Campitos, which is also from Mexico.
Dude, there's so many different variations of Campitos.
Yeah.
Like, some people think baby blue with pyrite. And you can see this, it could be anything. Like, there's so many different variations.
Yeah.
One of my favorite materials.
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's like a liquid color. You can also have like the Sonoran Gold comes from the Campitos mine. The ice is this stuff. It's like liquid color. People
Yeah,
like
look
that
at
stuff
that.
a lot. There's water web that comes from the Campitos area as well. And there's just, you know, there's various types. It's just like the Kingman mine. There's a lot of variations, so that's good.
Is this Sonoran?
This is yeah, Alacron turquoise. from
Alacron.
Sonoran. Yeah.
How much is this one?
Right there. 120 a pound for that.
Not bad. It's 165 outside. So, and you're definitely paying a lot more for this booth than for out there.
Yeah, and it's smaller.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what is this? Is this Nakazari or Campitos again?
Campitos, yeah.
Yeah, you can see, folks, completely different variation.
Yeah, these three are all Campitos. Actually, if we want to put these together, these are all Campitos. All these
Fantastic. What's cool about these is that they're flakes and they're all ready to be capped up. You don't need to use a trim saw. Awesome. And then over here you have, is that Baja?
Yeah, that's Baja turquoise, and then you just gotta mix them out right here, and then this is some more of that Alacron mixed in with that Campitos and all that. Yeah, nice chunk right there. Actually getting the hang of it too.
So your sister's making these?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you say 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years she's been doing it for.
Well, honestly, she's in the scene, so she's gonna get faster than most people just learning off of YouTube at home.
Exactly. This is like her full-time job for her, so yeah, she likes it. Very nice.
Does she just go through your stash and she's like, I'm taking these?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
questions asked?
Yeah.
You're a
Pretty
good
much
brother.
it.
You're a good brother.
I always look through my stones before, and I was like, get the good ones first.
Hide them, yeah. Hide them under the bed.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is this the Morenci 2 stuff?
That's exactly right, yes. You can tell by that nice pyrite in there with dark blue. I got a few of those pieces.
Fantastic. Got some nice rings here. That one's gemmy.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece of quartz at the bottom.
And it has like that line of like brown matrix too.
So folks, it's Dan. I have no idea how to pronounce your last name.
Ruvalcaba.
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 Yeah.
Kaba. Ruvalcaba. Daniel the Cabman.
Yeah, Dan the Cabman.
Check him out on Instagram. If you need anything in particular, let him know. He'll hook you up.
Yeah, of course.
You know, you need moons,